Mic off. Mic on.
I think we're live now. Let's hope so.
Sweet. Yes, we are.
All
What
right.
is up, everybody? We are the casters for this evening's match between BGM and RIP. It is the semifinals of the PMA LCS. I'm here on the desk with my good friend Opie, and I'm C-Van. How's it going, Opie?
Oh, it's going. Forgive me, people. I'm doing this stream and I'm terrible. I don't stream, so we're going with it. We're just going. So if it's a bumpy road, just too bad for you.
Indeed. So I think we're gonna get into pick ban pretty soon. Where is it on the sheet?
Yeah, we've got
it's
that.
already happening.
Yes. Looks like BGM
Uh-huh.
has banned the Warwick, Weedwick, if you will. Rip counters with the Zareth ban. Ooh, Skarner ban. Huh. Not
I'm not
something you see too
surprised.
often.
I'm not surprised by that. Menbug's been playing Skarner like nonstop. He thinks it's like super good. So, and then Malphite is pretty standard.
Malphite's so good. Very strong. And then we see the Rakan ban. Ooh, first pick Tristana. Bet you they just took that so they take it away from Rich. Guaranteed.
I think that might be the case, but it's also a very safe AD carry in general, and that's the way that BGM plays the bot lane. Usually, like really early, they play super safe, and then they get a lead after that just by farming.
Well, and Tristana in general is just like, it's super safe early because you have the jump, and at 6 you have something to just knock away anybody who's on top of you. But it still
Exactly.
scales really well into late game, and with the jump resets, Tristana can take over a fight.
I'm just gonna change these names over for the sake of. There we go.
All right, and then
So
we see the
Alistar Xayah.
Xayah pickup. Yeah, Xayah I feel like is a super strong into Tristana. Can kind of like even bully out Tristana with fleet footwork is so good just for positioning purposes as well, and sustain
Certainly.
in lane.
And Rich loves that character.
Yeah.
They are very much supporters of the Xayah bot lane meta. It's like pretty crazy, especially with Alistar. That's going to be a great fight down there. And then we got Maokai Sejuani on BGM's side. So 2 tanks, 2 front lines. They like that a lot. You always see the jungle top going tanks. I mean, Jimmy's played a lot of tanks. I think he played a Renekton one game. He's been playing some like a little different like carry roles, but he mostly plays tanks, and they stick him on those like trusty frontliners every time.
Yeah, the ones that are just super safe, do really well in team fights. Just there, Maokai's a very strong sustain, get Jimmy through to that mid late game fight, those mid late game fights.
So we actually see the Kane coming out from Menbung, which I might question a little bit considering the mid lane pool that Bukake Poro plays. I mean, they'll probably ban. I'd say they'll ban mid lane now, but I'm surprised they didn't go for a front line with and just go for the team fight, because I think Rich plays better in team fights, and I don't know if Bukake Poro plays anything that will work well with a Kane Alistair. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Kane is still super strong, and if you can dodge any of the situation, like there's a lots of lockdown. So, but if Kane can dodge any of that and try and get to that Tristana, and try and just pop her before the anything crazy goes off, before Tristana can actually do anything in a fight, it's definitely a strong pick. And you already have a tanky Alistar in that support lane, so
Certainly, yeah.
picking a more damage heavy isn't too bad.
So we see the Anivia ban for Greg, Malzahar ban for Bugaki Poro. It's like pretty much their main 2 champions. Galio and Tarek, the final 2 bans. I mean, that's just pretty standard. Juice Miyami plays Galio, and Bear Senor has been playing the Tarek very often. So
Yeah, Tarek is just so good if you can, you land the ult and in the middle, as long as you land it in the middle of the fight before anybody dies, like just being able to stop so much damage from coming through can really just change a fight, even if you're behind. The play potential is great.
Hey, chat, if you can hear me talking, can you say something in the chat so that way I can make sure my thing is working? Because I don't know if this chat box is working correctly for me. Let's see what they do.
Chat, can you hear Cvan at all? Yes.
Yes, they said yes. Cool. Great.
It's what we like to see. All right. We get a Gnar and then the Thresh and Ziggs. Greg has had pretty good performances on the Ziggs. Just so much poke and being able to push down those towers. All that potential is, and just being able to sit back and stay safe.
Just as you're saying that, there comes the Morgana, which I personally think is the most obnoxious thing to lane against. It's aside from Malzahar, that is the actual most obnoxious thing to lane against. But the Morgana shove and the sheer presence that she'll have, with just pushing the lane back into Ziggs. I don't think Ziggs will get anywhere near the tower, and I think a lot of the damage is going to be negated from AP sources, which is 4 members of their team.
Yeah, I mean, and Morgana's going to be able to push a lot easier than Ziggs can even. I mean, because early, oh crap, the screen's messed up. Oh, maybe it's not. It's fine. I lied. But, I mean, with Morgana just having to use her pool on the wave to basically clear the entire wave, and Ziggs bombs typically won't be able to clear until, I feel like Ziggs bombs aren't able to clear with one shot right away for quite a while, so it's having to spend so much more mana than Morgana will in order to clear those waves.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know actually the build path for Morgana usually. I know Zanya's is obviously good, but I have seen a lot of people building what's that support item? The Ice Queen thingy
Frost
that
Queen's
has like the
claim.
Frost Queen's claim, yeah, with the ghosts and whatnot. That's been like pretty popular in solo queue at least. I don't know what they actually build. I would assume they just get like, I don't know, some CDR items and Zanya's, maybe Rabadon's Death Cap here and there.
But yeah, I mean, either way, both of them have a really good team fight. I do still like the Ziggs just because Greg has been really solid on it, and it helps with the wave push. But I mean, Morgana's potential for both picks with the bind and team fight potential with the ult can swing things if BGM tries to dive too hard. And then you also have Gnar ult on top of that. But both teams have some pretty good team fight.
Sean has performed really well in this Gnar. He, I think, subbed in for BGM actually and like shit on people. Or was it BGM? I forget what team it was, but he like completely destroyed one of the teams. He went like 5-1-9 or something like that. He performed okay on it when he was playing on Rip a few weeks ago. It wasn't like crazy special. And then he had one game where he didn't play very well, but I think in general he knows his way around the champion.
Yeah, I think part of the thing for his play in one of those weeks was just the build. I think it was the issue. I think there were some questionable items if I recall correctly. But I mean, versus this team, realistically, get like a Black Cleaver and a Frozen Mallet, and you're making it insanely hard for both a Sejuani and a Maokai to get into, be able to chase them down. it's just so much slow potential with Nar's Q, and if you have a frozen mallet, there's no escape for them, and there's no chance that they're going to be able to run down your team either if if you're running away.
Yeah, certainly. I think the big part for that top lane / jungle matchup is gonna be will the Kayn and the Gnar be able to actually kill the Maokai? And I know Jimmy has actually played very, very well, very safe, and a lot of times he gets return kills on into like surprising situations that you don't expect him to do so. So I'm curious, can Sean and Sean, I guess there's both Sean, can the two Seans get some pressure top lane, or will they just let him farm it out? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened as well. I actually was just explaining this in a little like coaching segment that the mid lane and jungler, the mid lane's not a solo lane. The mid lane and jungler are a duo lane, and you kind of play off of one another. The mid laner should always know where the jungler is. The jungler should always be aware of where the other jungler is around mid lane, so that way they can respond quickly. And I think in this case, we're gonna have to see a lot of 3-man plays from mid, jungle, and top for anything to happen. So we'll see. Do you want to run through the team comps, like just like, or not team comps, but like go down, introduce each player?
Yeah. So on the side of BGM, we have Big Diak Jimmy playing that Maokai in the top lane, Fish Baby Bot playing Sejuani in the jungle, the one and only Gerg7 playing Ziggs in the mid lane. We have Piper Iziz playing Tristana on AD carry, and Bear Senior playing Thresh as support. And then on the side of Rip, we have Juice Me Mami playing Gnar in the top lane, Menbung playing Kayn in the jungle, Bukaki Poro playing Morgana mid lane, Jirachi playing Xayah as AD carry, and then Summoner 2805 as Alistar on support.
Yeah, I think this match is gonna be pretty close. I think team composition wise, I'd have to give the edge to BGM. It's like one of their stereotypical BGM comps. Like it's the classic 2 tank, 180 carry, like hard carry the later game, and then the Ziggs, or like some poke AP champion in the mid lane. But then the Thresh support for picks and stuff. So that's like just a classic team fight / pick comp. And then, I mean, you're gonna see similar stuff on the side of Rip, but I think it's a lot weaker team fight. You have to really be ahead for that team fight to work. They might have a little bit more pick potential, but a lot of it looks really, I don't know, it looks like a little scary for them. They don't have that much disengage aside from the Alistar. Maybe you're saying the Gnar slows, but I don't know how well that will do into the amount of CC and engage that they're gonna have on BGM.
Yeah, as far as predictions go, I'm gonna have to go with BGM as well, just for the sake of the comp. Now, don't get me wrong, Rip I feel like has a strong comp, but they need to get started early. Just because I feel like once you get to a certain point, good luck killing a Maokai, good luck killing a Sejuani, and I mean Tristana is gonna just start pumping out insane amounts of damage and be able to dodge everything that you're throwing at them at that point. Plus, the siege potential. I feel like, especially with Ziggs, once a tower gets low, it's just gone. It's just instantaneously gone. So if they can just keep that up, then I think they'll be perfectly fine. But I mean, if it starts getting into like a small pick / skirmish fest in the mid game, then Rip is definitely going to have an advantage there because they do have strong, decent pick potential with like the Morgana, and if Alistar starts roaming. There we go.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I actually wanted to touch on something Ali said because she touched on two things that I actually was talking about the Morgana pick earlier. So she said it's very weak in the Ziggs lane, which I think that's probably fair. I don't know what the actual matchup, like I don't play either champion, but I would imagine that's true. And then but it's really good into any pick or CC from the other teams, like tanks and like jungle top support. And then she also spoke about Kayn and saying Kayn is the big factor here, and I 100% agree. The Kayn is the most important part of this game. By picking Kayn, Sean has basically not limited his team, but like forced his team into a time frame of, I'd say, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. They have to get a lead in the first 20 minutes of the game, or they will lose this game straight up. If they can get a lead, though, like Ali said, they can break the game open very, very quickly. They're gonna be able to get that advantage in the mid game skirmishes, like you were talking about. So, and I will be interested if the Gnar gets tanky enough, or if he goes red Kayn maybe with like full tank items. Maybe they'll have a decent team fight. The Xayah can shred tanks. I don't know. I guess it'd be a matter of who plays it better. But it'll be interesting. I gotta keep your eye on that Kayn though, early game.
Yeah, I mean, gank potential can throw, even if a Maokai gets, poked down too much and then you get a Kayn gank, a Maokai's gonna die. Yes. Now, like if you're trying to dive a full health Maokai, it might be a little bit difficult, but it all comes down to how each team plays the lane phase, because I feel like Rip just needs to, try and get alert, get a tower early, start roaming, get those extra picks, because like we said, you know, they need to try and win this early, and then
Exactly.
they'll be able to take over. But they need to get out of that lane phase and have everybody start roaming, whether it's Alistar roaming mid or something, or Morgana roaming, just landing a crucial binding, because one binding can just can be an easy pick if you land it.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like neither team's gonna go for an invade, playing pretty safe. I'm not surprised. I think both teams want to probably play a little safer with this first game of the series, try to test the waters.
Alright, sorry. Game's being a little laggy. As we can see, nothing happened though. Nothing really happened.
Oh, apparently stream can't see anything. Oh, never
yeah,
mind.
we're back in it now. Nothing happened though, stream, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm lagging a little bit too, but should be fine.
I told you guys the stream's gonna be a little funky, because I don't stream, and my computer's crap. But hey, it's working for now. But I mean, everything pretty standard so far. Nothing crazy going on.
Yeah, looking at the lanes now, I think it's gonna be pretty much just farm up early. Like I said, the Kayn, it looks like he's looking for the invade. He's going for the blue buff. So we're gonna see a clash here. It looks like Sejuani opted to go for the wolf, so he's gonna be lower than he should be going to his blue. The Kayn put a ward down, and he's gonna just go in and steal it, I think.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Oh, the Ziggs missed the...
Oh, forced the flash.
Unaware.
Ooh, lots of poke down onto the Morgana.
So he does steal the blue up. That is a fantastic lead for Menbung. That's level 3. He's gonna take the scuttle.
Yeah, and forced Fish Baby Bot to flash away too. So no flash for the Sejuani and no blue buff. Oh, the ward might have seen.
Oh, and he's gonna die, I think. Is he down? I'm frozen.
Yeah, the ward saw that Sejuani was staying and going for the Krug, so first blood over to that Kayn.
So far, really great jungling from Menbung. He's up 12 CS, a kill. That is insane. He's already up 700 gold.
Yeah. As was said earlier, I mean, we got to keep our eyes out for this Kayn. How is Kayn gonna be able to handle this game?
And the bot lane is shoved in. I don't know if he'll look. He's definitely looking. Oh, so he he knows Sejuani's here. Sejuani must know that Kane's here. He's going to shit on this jungle. Oh, this is...
Just trying to, it looks like just trying to camp it out in the jungle there at the. Yeah, and that's what we, you know, Morgana pushing out the mid lane and then trying to roam out.
So they do spot out Kane.
And I mean, to an extent, I think if ooh, the hook lands, but minimal damage is going to be landed there. Just a little bit traded out both directions. But as far as the jungle goes, I feel like if Kane either needed to start taking things right away, or just go take his own stuff and then back and use that advantage to buy the extra item to be ahead there. Because just kind of invaded towards the red buff and then sat there, like didn't do anything with it, you know. Probably realistically wasn't going to be able to get another kill onto the Sejuani once she's back at full health. So I mean, maybe just a little time wasted there.
Definitely wasted a lot of time there. I mean, he is going to get 3 buffs though, so experience wise and gold wise, he's still going to be ahead a considerable amount. Though I do think he could have gotten more out of it. But let's see, he's already level 4. And he's well ahead. Not too big of a lead in either direction for any of the other lanes.
We won't worry about it.
I mean, Jimmy's just happy to last hit these minions, doesn't really care.
So yeah, you can see there's quite a gold lead for the Kane. But just now buying. Yeah, just now buying.
I would be surprised if he didn't go straight for the blue buff here. I mean, if I were, or not for the blue buff, but blue side jungle of Sejuani, he should know for sure that he's gonna be up there.
Interesting. Heading down blue side, there's no jungle there available there, so.
I think he might be going for the red buff because he knows that that's where he started. Let's see, or he could be looking.
Yeah. Maybe was trying to look for a gank, but BGM backed right, you know, just before he got there, so.
Might go.
Oh,
yeah,
that ward did spot him there, so they do know that he's at the red buff. Looks like they're gonna go
bot lane's
contest
gonna
him.
roam up, but I don't know that they'll get there. And,
yeah, Gerg7's coming down too.
It's a greedy play from him.
Oh, and they're gonna land the kill there.
So Greg gets the kill.
And is gonna get double buffs from that.
A little greedy of Menbum there.
Teleports into the bot lane. Rich is already flashed, but nice ult there from, excuse me, Mommy. But it doesn't matter. There's 5 members bot lane. And 3 kills picked up.
That's just the team play of BGM. It's just so good. And with Greg not TPing back to lane, he could TP down there, get down there faster. And Bukagi Poro had to walk and didn't get there in time.
Yeah, it was just, they caught, with the ward, they caught Menbung invading the red buff, ended up getting the kill on him. And so Gerg7 was already in the bot lane. And then with the jungler coming down and a TP in, it ended up being a 5v3 and, you know, forcing flashes and getting kills out of that. So Jirachi on that Xayah is down the heal and the flash now.
They do have the advantage though, the summary advantage. I mean, if the Alistar goes in, they only have heal. Neither one of them have flash, so if they crack that properly, they actually can win the fight. Rich is ahead CS. He's not down by too much gold. definitely have the damage advantage. So
Yeah, and I mean they're, gold lead of about 500 for BGM, but I mean that's not a whole lot at this point. Easy swings both directions with just a tower.
yeah, this is gonna be. I wonder what they're gonna purchase. Probably gonna go for pickaxe. And the Nard and the Kane are both going in on that invade. Yeah, they're not gonna get anything from it though.
Yeah, so I mean, as we've seen so far, it's kind of which team, starts those roams first, which team, has the member advantage, first to start off these fights, because, like we said, wave clear in the mid lane's pretty easy. Which one gets that lane advantage?
Yeah, I think neither one of them will get the lane advantage. I mean, both have really great push. The only thing we've seen so far is Greg had TP, and that's what gave him the edge. And now Bukaki Poro has the TP, so if they want to make a play, they got to do it now. They have a board for bot lane. He's level 8, so I would go for it now. Where's the Morgana TP from? There it is. Good
They
binding.
land a kill there onto that Thresh, yes. And then it looks like nothing else is going to happen there. Just some disengage, but TP mid lane used.
Yeah, 2 flashes, a TP,
and flash.
2 ults. The heal was used by Trisk, but so that's a lot of investing for that 1 kill. Got a fight going on top lane, and looks like Jimmy gets the better of that trade.
Yeah, and the good thing is that there was a response there from Gerg7 and from Fish Baby Bot, so that way, those 4 members that were there weren't able to just take that first tower as well, so at least nice, back up to that play. So that way, nothing else could be taken after that kill was get.
That's what separates BGM from other teams, is the response time of their fellow teammates is just so quick. Is Jimmy going for the dive? It looks like he was trying to go for the dive there. He used his ultimate.
But there is a Kane here up now.
Yeah, and he knows there's no ulti top. Okay, this could be a fight. Jimmy went in.
Oh, he lands the stun. But can they get it? Yes, they do get the last hit. Nice play in the top lane. Guessing that was down. Ooh, no black shield. Black shield's down. The hook not landing though. Bukaki Poro's gonna walk out. The hook didn't land. And then at that point they were just out of CC. They had already used it all.
I think you have to wait for the hook until after the stun goes through at that point,
Yeah, it's just the black shield was popped right away by Ziggs. Being able to survive, the damage there. And then, while the flay hit and the hook didn't, so they just didn't have enough follow-up after that to land the kill. So, nice play by Bukaki Poro to escape there.
Yeah, I mean, we see that lead for Rip, and it's 100%. It's all Menbung. He's up 1,000 gold. More than 1,000, 1,100. Almost the entire lead, aside from like maybe a couple hundred here and there, is all Menbung.
Yeah, it looks like
Light Pulse. Oh, sorry, what'd you say?
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like just the Nar's ahead by like 100 gold, and just
Yeah.
looks like Alistar is actually ahead a little bit as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's all funneled onto Menbung there, so he's going to be the one who needs to make the plays at this point to get the rest of his team ahead.
I was just talking to Light Pulse mentioned that he greeted for the hook while he was bound in that mid lane attempt, and yeah, 100% he went for a hook. Like he probably panicked. He was about to get stunned, so he was like, "Oh, I gotta go the hook now." The stun's not that long early on. It's like not terribly long. He definitely could have waited and thrown the hook. She's not that fast. She like just got boots right before that. So.
Ooh, and another gank up top.
Yeah.
Bill comes in.
Will they get it? I think they will.
And that's gonna be enough damage there with the Kayn ult. But BGM is gonna go onto this dragon.
Yeah, this is a good call. BGM already has an Ocean Drake. It's not a big deal. Though they might trade a tower for it. So we'll see. Greg does have TP.
I mean, in a game like this,
they lose mid.
Yeah. In a game like this, Ocean Drag's not a bad one to have, especially when your team's going to be so beefy. So, I mean, if you win those fights, you know, even if you're low, you're going to get all of that, you know, that regen, be able to, you know, heal back up so that way you can continue those pushes after you win a fight. So,
I
it
think
all depends on how the game
biggest
goes.
Problem, or the biggest takeaway is that they don't give it to Rip. I think if Rip had the Ocean Drakes, they'd be in a really great position against the Ziggs. Like, that would be phenomenal to have.
Yeah, but first tower was traded over. Rip did get
or
that.
Second tower, I think.
Oh, it was second tower.
Yeah, Rip
but another
has
tower
2.
going down, and so, you know, Rip's lead is increasing a little bit now, just over 3k gold. So they're slowly increasing their gold lead.
I think that's just really great for Rip. I'm surprised they have the gold lead, but I think Menbong is putting in work right now. So hopefully, if they can keep this momentum, they should probably start grouping or trying to roam mid, make some picks around there. They don't need the outer towers. They already have the outer towers.
Fish Baby Bot got caught out and just gets exploded. It was all an Alistar bait.
Oh,
and the flash in. Only lands
stun
the stun
onto
on one.
the And are they gonna go for it? I think they're gonna go for it, but it looks like Alistar might go down.
Oh,
goes down. Oh,
flash in from Triss, but Kayn did ult her.
this fight is going crazy.
Nice play there from Piper, able to jump away and ult away the Kayn to stay alive. All a bait there by Summoner 2805. Seemed like he got caught, and then Fish Baby Bot got hit by a Morg Binding and died.
You're saying that they're just diving the Ziggs. The Sedge ult comes out. They're gonna get the mid tower, it looks like. There's no way they defend this unless the Ziggs tries to clear the minions. Wow, they do defend it.
Yeah, but here comes again, and now they've got nobody else there to defend, so this might be a mid tower, unless everybody comes back to defend. I don't know if they're going to be able to get there in time.
Greedy take. That is a... Oh, they left. Yeah, they would have been really greedy to stay for that.
And the tower does survive, just barely.
They are going to get Rift Herald, though. I don't know why BGM didn't expect that. That should be pretty obvious.
Yeah, so, you know, Rip is playing to their strengths, getting those small skirmishes, and BGM kept getting picked off in that fight kind of one by one. You know, it all started with Fish Baby Bot getting caught in a Morg Binding and then just immediately blown up by the, Jirachi on that Xayah. And then one by one, you know, Thresh went down, and then Maokai went down, I believe, was the next one. And then it was just everybody had to run for their lives at that point.
Yeah, I mean, the gold lead's still, it's only 4k. I mean, it's a pretty decent amount, but if that lead does not grow, like, exponentially, it's going to be very hard for Rip to win this game as the longer it goes on.
Well, I mean, they do have the Rift Herald now, so that is a... If they can, you know, use that well... Oh!
Yeah, they need to win one fight here. If they can win the fight here, looks like it's going to be a pick, though.
Oh, the Alistar's baiting again. Oh, here comes Menbung. Ooh, does get hooked up.
Oh.
Gnar's almost big Gnar, not quite yet. Oh, he does hit it though. Nice play there from Juice Me Mommy. Gets the big Gnar ult going.
Oh, that was a beautiful play. I think that's game right there. I mean, it's not going to end the game, but that was what I was talking about. If they won one more fight, now they just run down mid with Rift Herald. This game should not be too much longer. Where's the Rift Herald at?
Yeah, see, the only problem though is all of those low health bars. They are going to take the mid tower though. It's too low not to.
Who has Rift Herald? Do we know? I didn't check.
Nobody has Rift Herald right now?
Wait, what? Did they use it already? Is any Chad? Do you guys
did
know?
they use it mid?
Use
Just use it mid lane?
I don't think they used it mid lane.
I think they just used it mid lane because look at that tower damage. I think we just missed it because they killed the mid tower and then I think Rift Herald.
Oh, did he rift in between towers? Maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. Whatever.
I think that's what happened. Chat, correct me if we're wrong.
I don't know how I completely missed Rift Herald. I was like, what?
Directed camera screwing us over.
Well,
oh, Rich is on a ward
him.
there. But not hit by anything, so...
Yeah, interesting T4 placement, like, right?
Very lucky. I think was expecting Rich to, or Jirachi to run away there, and they didn't.
Okay, so I still think there needs to be one more win of a team fight for Rip to secure this game. I mean, they definitely have a huge lead, 5K.
Yeah,
so...
we might see a fight here, because, I mean, this is going to be an Infernal Drake. So that's one that definitely both teams wanting to get, Rip especially.
I think it'll be especially hard with that pink ward. I mean, Rip has control of the map right now.
They started it. It's getting burned down really quick. They're going to secure it before a fight even happens. Maokai ult goes in, but not going to hit anybody. Looks like they're going to force it. Piper jumps in. Lots of damage coming out.
Canceled, they have to force it there.
All of the health bars are really low. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and Jirachi was just untouched there in the backline, able to shred through those tanks. And in the top lane, looks like Juice Me Mommy is going to take a tower up there, so they win a 4v5 and are going to get a tower. It was 3 for 1, plus they get a tower and they got dragged there. So
this is not looking good. Not for BGM, I mean. Oh, they're going to surround the Tristana. He's got to jump away here. Yeah.
Yeah, we do see Gnar. Gnar is 4-1. Does have the black cleaver as well, and then now it's starting to look like getting a little bit tanky.
Rich is gonna go pick up that wave. So Rich actually has, let's see, how much money do they have? Rich has probably close to 2K after that.
Yeah.
At 1,850. There's gonna be Baron pressure after this. I don't know. My game's lagging. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Yeah, so Rip just took control of Baron.
Yeah, they do have the wards up for it. There are no wards for BGM, so I mean, if they, you know, we've seen these plays before, they can just blast cone over the wall and nobody will be none the wiser. And there is a blue trinket available. Piper does have a blue trinket, so can spot them out if they do try, but right now there's just the one ward which is being cleared out right now by Minbung.
Piper does have his 2-item power spike, so they might be able to win a fight. They need to peel for Piper. It's on him. If the Ziggs can get enough damage.
They're gonna camp the bush. Here comes a face check. Ooh, they hit it. Oh, lots of damage going down on to Bear Senor.
Interesting that he backed out there. Or that Rich backed out there. I expected them to go on to that Thresh. I mean, there was no real threat.
I
The
mean,
hook was gone.
I think it's a safe play just because they didn't have, or maybe they did have vision on the rest of the team, but you get hit by both Maokai and Sejuani Wombo combo with, you know, Zig's ult on top of that. That can turn a fight. That can turn a game right back around if they ball up too hard.
Yeah,
But
certainly.
Rip going right onto the Baron now.
So they still think they're in the brush baiting. They have no idea. Now they do. Now they know.
Ooh, the Xayah ult comes out.
Bomb.
Ooh. Rich.
They get the Baron. Huge fight.
That was a
shield.
great ult there by both Juice Me Mommy and by Jirachi there, landing the damage onto the Tristana there and the Thresh, able to kill them with just the Feather Recall. So, and they managed to pick up the Baron all at the same time. So things not looking too good here for BGM.
Yeah, that's a 12k gold lead. I think all they have to do now is run down mid. This is the game.
Yeah, I mean, there are still ways that BGM could come back into this game, and I mean, they're not the #1 seed for nothing. They've had the plays, but I think the thing that they need to do now is try and split up Rip, and then just use everything you have onto, you know, those couple split members of Rip, and try and blow them up. And if you can, and then, you know, if you can have that, you know, disjointed team fight at this point where you're focusing down 1 or 2 people, then maybe you can stop them from sieging so hard.
So the problem with splitting up Rip is that I don't know if it can happen. I mean, BGM doesn't have a side lane pressure really. I mean, no one's answering that Gnar. Like the Maokai can go, but the Gnar has so much more pressure and has TP and can just walk up if he doesn't want to TP. So with the Baron buff, they have to defend mid. I think they'll try to go bot.
Yeah, and Gnar having both the Black Cleaver and Frozen Mallet at this point is, you know, there's nothing that Maokai or Sejuani can even attempt to do at this point. You know, Maokai does have a Bramble Vest, but that's only going to get you so far.
Yeah, I don't know why they're trying this bush thing. I mean, there's no reason that BGM would ever leave their towers.
They could just go down onto the Maokai right now and try and kill off the Maokai. Ooh!
I don't know why BGM is bothering to leave their towers. They should just be AFK.
That was close. Bear Senor just not getting hit with that binding.
Why are they trying this? Why is BGM falling for this? Oh, I don't like this play at all. Going for the dragon, they have Baron buff.
Yeah.
They could just be storming a tower.
Yeah, that's kind of questionable. I mean, yes, they're still securing objectives, but you could be getting an inhibitor right now.
Yeah, I just don't understand that. I mean, they have good wave clear. The Ziggs can't wave clear all those Baron minions. And they can actually dive. I mean, they have the Kayn, they have the Morgana. I mean, the Morgana has Zanyo, so she can switch turret aggro. I mean, they have great dive comp with the Alistar as well. I mean, I just don't see why, with this kind of lead. Maybe they're not aware they have this lead. I don't know how you wouldn't be. You have Baron and you're up 9 kills, and you clearly have like at least a huge CS lead in the top lane, a decent CS lead in the jungle. I mean, you gotta realize you have this lead.
Yeah, and I mean they still haven't lost a single tower, but you know, and now the Baron buff's gone. Yeah, and you just took drag, so at this point it's, you know, this is what BGM needs. Like, you know, there's no Baron buff and there's no objectives to take, so all you have to do is just sit back, farm, and defend. That's what they need to do. They just need to wait for Rip to overcommit on a dive, you know, on one of these towers or something, because
well, that's the thing. I don't think that'll help them though. I think a dive is what Rip needs to do. They need to be shoving down mid lane and diving. There's nothing to take on the map right now. Why they're in the jungle, I have no idea. I'm perplexed.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure as to, you know, what's with the shot calling going on Rip's side now, but this is what BGM needs. They just need time to stall. Let
Exactly.
Tristana get huge. Let, you know, Sejuani and Maokai become unkillable.
At this point, they're just giving them time to last hit those minions that are coming into their base, like towards their base area. This is the longer this goes on, the worse it gets for Rip. They need to make something happen pretty soon, or it's going to be back to a standoff at one of the objectives in the river. And that's not something you probably want.
Because I mean, theoretically, if, you know, Bear Senor lands a good hook onto somebody, you know, that's not the Alistar, preferably, you know, that person can die really quickly with a, you know, a Ziggs and a Tristana. But, you know, it all comes down to, you know, the positioning and how they're, you know, how the team fight plays out. But
yeah, without that Baron, you can see how quickly the Ziggs and Tristana clear those waves. I mean, there's no chance they can siege. At this point, they just wasted another 5 minutes because they didn't use Baron.
yeah, with the Ziggs mines and his Q, there's just no, the minion's just instantly gone. So,
and they all have summoners. They need to force a fight. Like Deuce, the Mega Gnar is down, so they can't really force anything now.
I feel like this is something where it comes down to, you know, the pressure of, you know, being in these games where it's like you don't want to lose, especially since it's, you know, playoffs, and it's the mentality of, okay, we can't lose. Well, you can't think of it like that. You got to think of, okay, we got to win, like not stall out because you can't lose. You got to keep pushing.
I think that's the problem. A lot of teams, a lot of players individually think like, okay, what can I do to not lose? What can I do to like lose the least amount? That's not the point. You need to figure out how to get an advantage. The reason teams win games is because they find advantages as units or as singular players. They find ways to get leads. They found the lead now, but they have not figured out how to use it. They're kind of just sitting here playing safe, like, oh, I don't want to throw the lead. You can only throw
Oh, there's
the
a
lead.
hook, but it does hit the Alistar. So a little bit of a trade, but not much happening there.
I think they're just gonna try to fight for the Baron again. See what happens.
Yeah, I mean, Baron is up now. Dragon's coming up in about a minute 45. Honestly, I don't think Gnar is going to be able to push in through the tower through a Maokai, so, I mean, and in all honesty, Gnar has been a crucial factor in some of these fights, just landing a great Gnar ulti on multiple people, you know, sets up, you know, for Jirachi to be able to do tons of damage, you know, Morgana binding / ult, it helps set it all up. So I mean, if you don't have a Gnar in the fight, that might be beneficial, you know, trade the Gnar and Maokai out of the fight. That might be more beneficial for BGM than it is for Rip.
I agree 100%. I was just about to note, I was surprised Rip gave up Baron advantage in the vision there.
This might not be good for Jimmy.
Yeah, it looks like Jimmy has to flash away, but I don't know if he's gonna get.
Oh, the heal coming in. But Rip didn't turn on the Baron. They opted to run towards bot lane.
What?
That could have been a completely free Baron for Rip right there.
I don't know.
And now it gives BGM a chance to go clear out the wards on Baron and get their own wards in there, take over control of it. Or they could just do it, because there's no response here. They're just going to do it.
I am just perplexed.
Ripper's responding, but I don't know if they're going to be there in time. BGM probably needs to just back out here. That's the teleport out from Gnar. Ooh, and the flash.
That's gotta be a pick. That's gotta be a pick. Wow. They should start Baron here. I mean, they. Oh wait, Richie's down bot lane. They might just stall out. Why did they start Baron without Rich there? Oh no.
Alright, they got the dragon and forced out a flash from Bukaki Poro. Piper's chasing down. Gonna pick up the kill onto Bukaki Poro there. What an aggressive play, and it paid off.
This is gonna be Baron pressure for BGM without a mid laner.
I still don't know if they can do this. That's very dangerous. Oh, and Ziggs is down bot right now.
I mean, there's
they're
no
gonna
Meganar.
They're gonna see this. Yeah, they
I
know
don't think
right
they
now.
can do this. Yeah, they can't do it without Ziggs there. They got the mid laner, but now it's still a 4v4.
Oh, here comes the teleport in.
I mean, at this point, Morgana has TP as well. If they can just drop a ward down for the Morgana, then it's gonna be a fair fight. I mean, it's only 9 seconds left.
Oh, the Thresh Hook lands, and the Sejuani ult. Alright, that's gonna be the GA pop for Kayn. With Sejuani's taken dangerously low. Are they gonna be able to take out the Kayn? They do take out the Kayn, but a Gnar ult comes over the whole team. Xayah ult comes in crushing damages. But is Piper able to pick up? Piper is able to pick up Jirachi there. And that's gonna be a quadra kill.
Will we see the Penta?
For Piper here.
We will not.
Oh man, the start of that fight looked so good, and then just with all of the AOD damage from Rip, they turned it back around, but Ziggs' damage definitely helped out there to keep the team alive, and Piper was kind of able to just free auto everybody. There was no pressure onto Piper at all.
I just don't know. It seems like the calls on Rip's side are just not being done as a collective whole or something, or they're not being understood.
Oh, that was... Did Piper just ult a minion? Can you do that? Yeah, I think you can. I think Piper just ulted a minion there. Yeah, so I mean, these are the scenarios we were talking about, that BGM just needed to stall it out. They got the big fight. They landed a Thresh Hook onto the Kayn and were able to instantly pop the Kayn's GA. And so Kayn wasn't able to do much in that fight at all. Kayn wasn't able to get backline, wasn't able to get onto Piper, wasn't able to get onto Gurg 7. And so the two carries were the ones left alive at the end. Yes, the tanks died, but the carries are the ones who, are the damage dealers, and they were able to just take over. They were also missing a Morgana in that fight as well, so that's something to note.
And Meganar is going to run out by the time these two teams go mid lane.
Oh, there goes the tower. Now's the chance where, BGM can start pushing these towers back.
So much Tristana damage. I mean, they let the Tristana farm up, get kills. This is not looking as good for Rip. I mean, they're up to 10k gold, but that means nothing now.
Yeah, and I mean, Xayah was able at one point to pump out a lot more damage than the Tristana. But if you look at the builds as well, like, builds are similar. But the Ninja Tabby, and we've got a fight coming out here. Teleport coming in for Juice Me Mommy.
They gotta... That's not... that's gonna be the Morgana. Yeah, there we go. Oh, this is a great fight for Rip if they can get it.
Meganar just now coming out. Piper not able to get over the wall. Gonna get hit with the Gnar ult.
Fantastic fight for Rip.
That right there might be the game.
That's gotta be the game. Run top lane. Run top lane. Please run top lane. Holy Jesus. Don't throw the game. Go top lane. No.
Looks like they're gonna head towards the Baron?
I guess that's fair. With the Ziggs up, it might not be possible. They could probably Baron here. I think the Gnar needs the zone if Ziggs tries to steal.
Yeah, there's no Ziggs ult available for, another 10 plus seconds or so, so looks like it is going to be secured. Very nice fight there. I think it was just a little too over aggressive from BGM. They went for the Baron, ended up taking a lot of damage over the wall, and they were able to just get... there was just too much AoE damage overall, and they took, the Thresh started taking a lot of damage from Baron as well, so it was a little more disjointed from them. They weren't able to get, those good CC combinations from Thresh, Sejuani, and Maokai.
Yeah.
And then they let Kayn, and then Big Gnar was able to take over there towards the end of the fight as well.
Well, they didn't respect the TP. They knew that it wasn't Gnar, so they knew it was the Morgana. But you can't disrespect that. She can just flash ult, and then now 3 of your members need to run for their lives or they get stunned and die.
Yeah, and with Morgana having the Zhonya's,
Exactly.
it just negates so much. So you can't kill her, but you still have to run away from her, or you get CC'd to death. So it, just with that combination overall, is something that has to be respected. But looks like
Rip needs to go bot lane here.
Almost all summoners are up and available now. So next fight should be a spicy one, and more than likely is going to be, if Rip gets it, will be a game ender. If BGM gets it, they're going to get quite a few objectives off of it at least.
I think... I don't know how much that usually is. We'll see. Let's see. The Baron buff. Oh, they go for a pick onto the Gnar.
Oh, the Kayn does pick up the Elder Drag, but really over-aggressive there.
They need to run bot lane. They have to take the base here.
Yeah, they do have Baron buff. Gnar ult is down, which really surprised me that Fish Baby Bot and Bear Senor wanted to even try and go in there, because they chased after a Gnar that rage bar was almost full, and then expected to not just die instantly.
I think Rip has to dive here. They have Baron, they have Elder Dragon. It's a 5v3. They need to dive immediately.
Yeah, Ziggs is not going to be able to wave clear these Baron minions, and Tristan is not able to get close enough. Oh! I don't know, that Ziggs damage coming out on the rest of their team is a ton, but Ziggs ult is just available, so it wasn't able to finish off anybody.
They did get the inhib, so that is good, I guess.
Oh, the flash hook lands! And they pick up a kill onto Bukaki Poro there. What a play from Bear Senor. Nice flash.
His E was still up, so a little bit faster reaction time with the E might have saved him there.
Now, I don't think BGM are going to be able to get anything off that pick, but at least it's a little bit of a morale boost. Because now, essentially, it looks like Rip is just going to go back to farming in the jungle. They're not going to keep pushing off of that. Baron buff is expired, but they do still have Elder Drake for a short period of time. Yeah, because you got no major objectives for quite a while, so it looks like Rip is just going to start going to push in this top lane.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the call here. They have to push in top while they're going to use their bot lane. I just don't... I don't know why they are being so slow about this. Chat's saying the same thing. Yeah, it's extended for no reason. Yeah, no, this is just some major stalling, major, I don't know, lack of finishing ability, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean, Rip has like a 15k gold lead at the moment, so I mean, their damage is to have plenty of damage for all of this, and they do have plenty of CC and everything. Uh-oh.
Top lane, please. Top lane. Go top lane. Go top lane. Go top lane. Please go top lane.
Like, they're safe, and then there's this game. Thanks, Light Pulse. Ooh, Morgana binding hits. Ooh, and then neither team able to capitalize on the CC. But yeah, you get one of those Thresh Hook or Morgana bindings landing, and the other team's able to capitalize on it. That could be... That's the complete swing right there.
I just don't know. This seems like
BGM's just looking for Gerg7 to be able to poke the other team enough before the fight starts, so that way, once the fight starts, they can just instantly pop somebody.
I feel like maybe they should be going for a 2-3, like a 2 top 3 mid type of thing, or a 3 top 2 mid.
Ooh, Juice Mommy's got poked down quite a bit there from Piper. Ooh, the hook lands, but that's onto Alistar. Jirachi playing very aggressive there, gets hit by 1Q from the Ziggs. And Jirachi's at 1/3 health now. Uh-oh.
I just think they could be playing this a little bit better. I mean, yeah, the wave clear is going to be hard to do, but a 2-3 push would force Ziggs to be in one of the 2 places with the Maokai bot lane, and then maybe they can go for something in that other spot.
BGM is playing this really well to their conditions, at least. Not playing over aggressive, just clearing the waves, because, you know, the wave clear itself, unless there's a Baron buff with it, as we've seen,
Yeah.
Rip can't do
Baron's
anything to
coming
try and
back
push.
up. By the time that Baron's up, that inhib's going to be back up, though, so they're going to need to re-get that, then rotate mid, and if they can't do that fast enough, which I don't think they can, this
Well,
game
and
is just gonna... Oh, God. I don't want to think about it.
And just think, we could have 2 more games like this afterwards.
Oh, please no. I didn't even sign up. I didn't even sign up to cast. Like, dude, this is just brain dead.
Oh, they are gonna spot out Juice Me Mommy there. Once again, another hook, but it is on to Alistar, so no follow-up gonna be had. Alright, so Big Gnar is out. Oh! The flash engage. Piper almost taken out there. What just happened?
I have no idea.
What?
That was a lot burned. A lot of ults. Baron's gonna be risky here. They don't have ultimates. They have no Mega Gnar.
Xayah ult over to the whole team. Tristana's free auto-attacking people here, though. Can Tristana keep going with it? Oh, BGM looks like they're turning around this fight. Rip has used everything already. Oh, there goes Piper. Jumping in. Get the resets. Just not quite, and all of BGM, except for Bear Senor, is alive, and they're healing up, thanks to those 2 Ocean Drakes as well. So they're going to keep pushing. Meanwhile, their bot lane inhibitor did go down, though.
Ooh.
Maokai having to teleport out, but they're going to be able to take these towers here. Only the Gnar and the Xayah to defend at the moment. And their siege with a Ziggs is going to be incredibly good. Looks like they're going to take an inhib here as well. Very well played. If they play it right, they might even be able to...
Now,
I would say
no,
they
Rip,
might be able to
Rip
Baron.
needs to go straight to Baron here. Rip needs to shove out top and go straight to Baron.
I don't think BGM's going to do Baron. I think they know better. Oh, maybe they are. They are here. They're going to be able to burn this down way before Rip can even get there.
Rip needs to see that coming. That would have been the first thing. That's got to be the first thing.
Oh, there's a Gnar. Gets CC'd up, though.
Huge. Oh! Oh!
Able to take out the Ziggs.
That's huge.
Oh, that's going to be Baron for Rip now. Gerg7 gets taken out there.
That's going to be Baron run mid lane. Baron run mid lane. There's 2 dead for 50 seconds. Please do not recall after this Baron. I will scream. I will mute my mic and scream. Why are you recalling?
Yeah, the only wave clear they have, the only wave clear that BGM has is gone and is dead. And they're not just straight up pushing. Oh man. Turns out BGM just didn't have the damage to burn down the Baron. Bukaki Poro switching out exhaust to teleport again. We'll almost have teleport up here. And they do still have an inhib down in the bot lane as well, so I mean, there just needs to be some urgency to these pushes here.
It just seems like they are going back and recalling and losing time. That like as soon as you have 2 dead and you take Baron, go mid lane. They have no wave clears. Take an inhibitor, then recall. They're not gonna win now. They just can't. If they lose a single team fight, they lose the game.
Yeah, the only thing they can hope for though is that they pick once again. Ooh, Piper gets picked right there, able to jump out, but Xayah root comes out. Morgana teleporting in, but Maokai's caught. Maokai's gonna go down. Oh, oh, Piper gets hit up again. Not able to get out that time. Yeah, Piper's down, Thresh is down, Maokai's down. That's gonna be the game.
Please end this game.
I was just gonna say Piper went for a very aggressive build, didn't go with any sort of, you know, anything to keep himself alive, so looks like that's gonna be the game finally after 50, almost 50-minute game. Rip is able to take down BGM in their first match.
Well, I don't know what to say.
Not a very clean game for either team here. Yep. Not surprised. Zig's coming out with tons of damage there.
There's safe play, and then there's that. And that was a little more than just safe play. That was interesting gameplay.
Yeah, so that was, you know, quite a game. You know, Rip coming out, you know, started off with a slow lead, but once they got to mid game, were able to be a little bit more dominant there. And once it got past a certain point, BGM was able to stall it out for quite a bit, but there's just a couple misplays from both sides, and Rip is able to end up taking it in the long run. So we're going to have a game 2 here in just a few minutes. Remember, this is playoffs, so it is a best of 3. So we're going to halt the stream for now, and we'll be back in just a minute.